Again at the AAC for the Western Conference Finals. It is a wrap. The Mavs have done it. They beat the Oklahoma City Thunder to advance, going to their second finals with Dirk. Dirk talked a lot about the difference between now and the 2006 series. You're going to hear all about that. You see some locker room footage. You see them getting awarded the Western Conference trophy. So stay tuned. RF Sports Radio live at the Western Conference Finals, and we'll see you at the NBA Finals next.
different about this team than previous teams?
I think we got more depth and we believe more of a team. I think I think Hayward and Chandler.
Do you think a lot of that camaraderie changed in the Portland series?
No question. That was battle. I think we've been getting better. We got better at short, we got better at the leg. We're better right now.
How do you?
Is it a trademark of this team, depth, and the fact that a whole bunch of different people really perform this team, and
Dirk, first off, congratulations. I know you've only had a couple of minutes to let this sink in. How different does this victory and entrance into the NBA Finals feel compared to the last one in 2006?
Well, first of all, I want to say the Thunder really left it all out there today. They really came at us hard. They played some small lineups and really made us scramble for everything, and really got fortunate down there with a couple bounces, and that was a heck of a win tonight. Like I said, they really came at us, and Westbrook was phenomenal, driving all night long, and we had to fight for everything, and we showed a lot of guts down the stretch again, getting some big stops, and finding a way to get the ball in the basket. So, yeah, it was a big win, and it feels good to finally go back. I think we tried to go back the last couple of years and always fell short first round, second round once, and feels good to go back, but this time hopefully we can finish the job and we'll go from there.
Dirk, can you talk about what it took to come through 2 consecutive games late? Oklahoma City went one direction and you went the other.
Yeah, just execution down the stretch. I think we had some good steals, got some good rebounds, and I had some lucky bounces. One time the ball was in the air, it was up for the grabs, and it was a 1-point game. We were lucky to get out of there and run down. Tricks had a dunk and one to go up 4. So down the stretch, a couple lucky bounces, also some good defense, some good hands. And I think that's what we did in Game 4, really scrambled in the last couple of minutes when we were down 15, really locking down and guys helping each other and scrambling for each other. And that's how we've been winning all year. If our defense is solid, we create points off of that, and we pick up the pace, get the ball in the kids' hands, and that's how we want to play.
There's obviously different heroes as you go through each step of the playoffs. Talk about in this series how big Matrix was in making life difficult for Kevin Durant.
Yeah, he was spectacular for us. For us, he's probably our best perimeter defender. He's long, he's active with his hands, and he was phenomenal the last couple of games. Really trying to make it hard. Durant, who's one of the best scorers in this world right now, and just trying to contest every shot and make it hard on him. And on the other end, he's versatile. We post him up some. He had a big basket there when we're actually down 4, a couple of minutes left. We posted him up. He had a little floater in the lane. He had some layups to go there in the 4th quarter. So he's a competitor, and he's a big reason why we're in the finals again.
Dirk, you spoke about wanting to finish the job in the finals this time, and in the past you talked about 06 against Miami. Would you like to face the Heat one more time and finish the job?
Well, whatever happens, happens. I think that's not in our hands right now. We made it to the finals. We're happy about that. We're going to enjoy that for a day or two, and then we're probably going to know here pretty soon who it is, and we're going to prepare like we have in the first 3 series, and do our homework and then get ready to play. But it's good to finish this series off early. Like I said, it was big for us to get kid rest after last series. We're going to have a couple of extra days here again, and then be ready whoever comes through.
A few minutes ago, some of your teammates in the locker room were talking about that you are on such a mission that after not getting the job done in 2006, losing the 2-0 lead, going out in the first round 3 times in 4 years, this has been burning in you since that very moment. Can you talk about that burning that you've had?
Well, it's been a long stretch here. After the year we lost in the finals, we came back home, 70 games, had a great season, lost in the first round, and that was another tough one. I've been trying to get back to this stage ever since, and fell short a bunch of times. But this is a bunch of veterans who want to play and are not selfish. I think that's what makes this group special. I mean, everybody's sacrificing for each other, and we just want to win. It's been fun to play with these guys all season long. So hopefully we can have a great series in the next series.
Dirk, so much has been made about the recent improvements in your game. Do you see yourself as a significantly different player than the one who went to the finals in 06?
Well, man, maybe a little more experience than then 5 years ago, knowing how to get your shot up, knowing how to get to areas where you can score, reading defenses better, over basically the last 13 years. Seen a lot of coverages, or basically every coverage there is in the book, or from switching to fronting to double teams, triple teams. So just reading stuff better, I think that comes with experience. But other than that, just my strengths is still scoring. So I understand even if I have an off night like the other night in Game 3, I got to keep attacking and keep coming and keep making plays for this team.
Dirk, when they were presenting
and those guys delivered stops, and they were resourceful, finding ways to get the ball in the basket.
Take a few more.
And it's sometimes you don't know exactly how the points are going to come. But with us, when we get the stops and the ball keeps moving, good things happen.
Hey Rick, what were your thoughts on Kid tonight? 10 assists, 1 turnover. He did his usual. Fed Dirk got that 3 they gave you the lead, and he got the offensive rebound at the end of the game.
Yeah, no, the kid is, you know, again, he's one of our superstars. I mean, it's as simple as that. And you know, when he's on the court, it just it elevates our overall confidence. And then he impacts so many areas. And you know, in the huddles, talking about things that we're anticipating, things that he's anticipating, keeping guys engaged that way. You know, he's always, you know, calm, collected. His eyes are completely focused on the task at hand. And you know, again, you're talking about a guy that's one of the greatest ever to play. And so, you know, the plays he made at the end, just, you know, knowing who to find when, getting hands on balls, all that kind of stuff, he makes it look easy. He makes it look second nature. But it's more difficult than that.
Can you kind of compare your feelings tonight compared to last year? I mean, you lost your last game like everybody else did, except for one team, but you went further this year. Can you kind of compare the feelings you have?
It's a different feeling. To be honest, all of us expected to go far. You know, we had high expectations for ourselves coming into this year, and we knew we worked hard enough. And, you know, after a good first round, you know, hard fought second round, we put ourselves in a good position to fight for a finals appearance, and thought we had a good chance. So it's kind of shocking that our season is over with. You know what I mean? We fought hard all season. I try to keep it positive and tell the guys that, you know, we had a great year. As collectively, we got to keep working.
You know, it's tough. You know, we let our last 2 games slip away. You know, we had leads going late into the fourth quarter. Now we just, you know, can grasp it. You know, we had a great season. You know, we worked so hard. You know, during regular season, and then, you know, had to battle, you know, through adversity, you know, early in the playoffs, and you know, we just had a great season.
To both of you guys, can you talk about the decision to use that small lineup in the fourth quarter? It really seemed to play, especially James, for you and Russell, to get to the basket, and the advantage and the disadvantage is ultimately to go with that somewhat smaller lineup.
Yeah, well, we wanted to attack, you know, that lineup, and you know, you have Eric and Russell and Kevin and Nick, you know, all 4 guards who can attack the basket and create for one another. So we just try to, you know, use that lineup and then, you know, just rebound and go. But, you know, trying something new, and it was working for us. And like I said, we just couldn't get, you know, stops, and you know, Dirk hit that big 3 to take the lead. Other than that, I thought we fought hard.
Kevin, it seems like
2 opportunities, 2 great opportunities, you know, with leads at home and on the road. You know, we just have to close those games out. You know, we've been in so many situations throughout this year.
It's tough to double because they have so many great shooters and players around them. So, you know, they have a good team.
Kevin, it's so disappointing to go through this, and you've only been through this kind of a run 2 years now. Dirk has been eliminated with his team in the first round 3 of the last 4 years. For him to reach the finals at this stage of his career, what kind of feelings do you have seeing him succeed even at your expense?
I'm not happy at all. I'm a competitor, man. I really didn't care about what he went through the last 3 or 4 years. I know it's been tough for him. You know, he lost 3 of the first, 4 years in the first round. I'm sure he's happy now. He's going back to the finals, but I'm not happy for him at all because I wanted to be there. But it happens like that.